Hey love bugs, this is Roslynn back at you one more again. I hope everybody is doing blessed. I'm doing blessed and highly favored, and definitely hope the same for you. And if this is your first time stopping by my channel, much love to you and welcome into my returning subs, my grown extended beautiful family. As always, thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly appreciated. So with that being said, much love to all. Namaste, love and blessings, love and light, and many blessings are definitely coming your way. And if you have been watching my videos for a while and have not already, please drop a line. I would love the chance to get to know you as much as you're getting to know me. And if you've been with me for a while, hey, drop a line. I would love the chance to hear from you again. And if you feel like the videos just give you a good vibe, a good give a thumbs up and share. It'll be greatly appreciated. And sending so much love, blessings towards your way to get through to where you're going through to get to. Whatever you may be struggling with, I'm sending that towards you. Maybe time forward, consistency, get out of your head, get out of your own way of the process of your progress, whatever you're needing. Stay consistent with yourself, stay on your path, all those different things. Sending you towards you a million times forward. Know you matter, know you're going to overcome whatever you are facing right now. You're bringing on a wall of burdens to, get towards the peace of all understanding. You're creating your own utopia. Whatever it is you're overcoming, you will thrive from that, okay? Knowing you matter, no matter what anybody tells you, whatever those negative voices try to tell you, the devil, you matter. Your purpose is needed. You're making the impossible possible, okay? And anybody who's coming in with nefarious low vibrations towards me in any kind of way, I'm returning that back to sender a million times fold. Everything is protected, heavily loved, and always ultimately guided. And the video I'm doing today called Twin Flame 101 Heyokas, it's okay to not be everybody's people. It's true. You're not going to be everybody's cup of tea. You're not going to be that person that everybody understands, and that's okay. When you're on that journey of a spiritual oneness or just being able to understand your purpose, there'll be sometimes we lost in our own translation and on who we are. Or you don't like it, be different time, but we have to be, and there will be those different things like being gentle with yourself. So much now that so much now than you did back then. Or you're allowing yourself to become unconditioned of relearning. You went on a factory reset, and these are those different times where it's taking place into your life where you're understanding yourself on a whole new level. Everything was ripped away. Everything was broken to be built back up again for you to be able to know that. And in a lot of those times, it can be very lonely. There'll be different people like, I understand that vibe, I get you, be different things, where I done spoke over here and told the most darkest stuff about myself, and not being shameful, because it's like when you can be able to share transparency of the different things that you have struggled with in life, the different things that you had issues overcoming, or even accepting, or even finding forgiveness within yourself. Just being able to tell those different things that, going on in life. You maybe have had addictions, you may have done things in the past that you're not proud of, or it may be different people that hurt you or you hurt them, and it'll be those are the different times where if it still brings shame to you, it's telling you, don't be shameful of that. You can allow yourself to see where the line of issue was. It'll be sometimes like, maybe I'm the problem, like, nah, that don't even sound right. It'll be one of those different things. But then it'll be, you'll know your issues. You'll know your issues. Even if you don't admit it to other people, you know your issues. But the bottom line is if you're willing to fix that. And when you're willing to fix that, there'll be some times where the devil don't want you forgiving yourself, or the devil don't want you, forgiving other people for what they did, even when they're not sorry. There'll be different things where it just taught you so much about situations that, I can really learn from that, or it gave me so much lessons that I really need to know about myself, or really need to know about other people, or just understanding not to take it personal, even when things are projected personally towards me, or I felt like I was heavily targeted. It does not, I should not take that personal. And a lot of times we're in human emotions, we're in human form, even though we're spiritual beings, we're still in human form. These are the different things where you had to be able to go through it. So if it's something that's very endangering towards your spirit, your energy, just your power, or even your health, these are the different things you had to be able to know. If I didn't go through this, I wouldn't know what toxicity was. I wouldn't know what sociopath, psychopath, trauma bonding, codependency, low vibrational, situations, people, or whatever. or I already said codependency, love bombing. You know, just connecting in those different ways of taking place. And it'll be so many different things that's teaching you lessons in the most powerful way, whether it impacts you in a negative or a positive. But this is something that we have to be able to not place that kind of label on it, and just being able to say, this is something I needed. This is really something I needed. And it'll be different times where you can say, well, if I could turn back time, and they'll be like, no, you know, it was like, don't be Cher. This is not, well, not saying don't be Cher, because Cher coming out with some beautiful songs, Believe in Love, and you know, what was that, Turn Back Time, you know, but it'll be those different times where don't wish you can undo the past, because if you didn't, you undo all the lessons, all the wisdom, and all those different things. It's just like, you know, I'm that type of person where I always project out love and light, but I'm allowing myself to admit my mistakes, admit my issues, my problems, or whatever, and people still don't like me. And it's just like, that has nothing to do with you. When you know, you can recognize, like, okay, I have that issue in this, or I have that issue in that, and then it'll be just those where you're being honest about it. You know, you may be that person where I don't like judgment. You know, oh hell, who does like judgment? But those are the different things we have to understand. People are gonna be out there judging you anyway, no matter how good you're doing. There's always gonna be some kind of bad that's gonna be put out about you just because you living good. You know, and I mean, it don't always have to be in a monetary value, but you know, you're being transparent. You're not allowing yourself to be teachable and be open towards the experiences in life. And even when we allow ourselves to be open to experience in life, a lot of times we feel like, man, that was a big mistake. Why I had that, because stuff is hitting me hard. But you're learning very powerful lessons through that harshness of what you're going through. And there'll be different times where when you allowing yourself to grow like that, there will be certain people that just not gonna like you. You just gonna don't like you, because there's something in there that it can be very intriguing. It could be something within you that are very intimidating. It would be something within you that's very, you know, powerful, where they fear that. And you have to understand that when you carry those elements of surprise, it's going to gain you a lot of enemies. It's going to gain you a lot of hardship. And there will be different things that's going to be secretly wanting to destroy that, because it holds something that a lot of people don't want to have the courage to be able to connect with. And that, I mean, that has nothing to do with you. But you're growing in so many different ways, and just being able to understand, you're you know, even when you pull back, there'll be different things where you're just saying, that doesn't vibe with me, and not even holding, even when it'll be different people that you don't even connect with anymore, and it'll be those different things that, you know, you can see the purpose, you can see the intents, you can see the motives, and being able to not resent them for that. That's growth. You're like, no, that's just not my type of people, you know, anymore, or that's just not my type of crowd, and I have to be okay with that. You know, a lot of times people grow apart. And it's not place a narrative on anyone or anything, or, you know, or any situation, but there's a lot of people that stay the same, but there's a lot of times, you know, it flows differently, or it's just that thing where, you know what, we grew apart. You have to be okay. There's a lot of people, I don't even think I have any people that I still hang with from so long ago. I mean, if I do, I can count them on one hand. And I mean, I had a guap of people I used to hang out with, but it's not even saying the negative about anybody, but it's just like, you know, when I went through my truth, and it really, you know, when God is really putting you on that spiritual journey, and He will open a line of truth and say, when you hold this line of truth here, see how many people stay for you. And when I say that, you see how I had to catch myself like, oh Lord, when I say that shit really can really speak to you. See when you open your line of truth, and people will be there. And I mean, not be there because of sun or whatever it is they feel like they can benefit from it, but be there with you because they knew where you've been through. They know your story. They know your background. They know your chemistry. They know your history. All those different things. Is like, you know, those are my people. You know, they've been my A1 since day one, and they've gone through some real stuff. Even if I really can't relate to that, or I can't, you know, connect with that in that way, I want to, you know, stay connected with that person, because we really grew together, and, you know, you had that ultimate understanding. And so when those different things happen in that way, you know, it's just being able to do that. But there's a lot of times where your truth can be very heavy, and people just like, I can't deal with that. You know, it can be hurtful, but it'll be those times where, you know, hey, I'm on my spiritual awakening. Do you have a normal job? Can you even work a normal job anymore? Can you just be around everybody? Can you be through a large crowd anymore? Or have you lost all your family and friends? Hey, welcome to paradise. You know, to be going through those different things. But there'll be different times where, you know, you're on that vibe where you're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, and be this different times like, ooh, girl, what, or ooh, man, what flavor you going to bring me today? Because, I mean, what I'm telling you, that's food for thought right there, and I'm loving it. And those are the different things that really take place, can be very nurturing towards you. Even the different things that ride against you, it can be very nurturing, because you're seeing this. Anything that place resistance, change, or challenge, this is helping me grow. This is helping me, allowing me to know where my power really lies at. And it's giving me that chance to really move forward, even when it feel like it's going against me. And I'm okay with that. That's power and that's growth right there. Like, man, I didn't see it in that way. Because I'm telling you, you're gonna be somebody's food for thought. You're gonna be somebody's cup of tea. You're gonna be somebody's whole cup of coffee, or anybody who's in organic. Oh, you so organic. You know, when you hear that, it was like, oh my God, that's organic of transparency, and I love that. You know, it makes me want to become a better person. It makes me, you know, because there'll be different people that I connect with, you know, on the outside that I met here, and I'm so grateful for them. And, you know, even when we're not in a good mood, we can, you know, we're not projecting on each other and be just like, you know, I'm really going through a stumble today. I'm going through a hiccup, but, you know, it'll be some kind of power that you know, individuals can bring. You're reciprocating that. It's like, hey, you know, it's always calm before the storm. Or, you know, it rains, but you that ultimate sunshine that you have to be able to see within yourself. You bring the sea, the sand, and all that. You know, you're that mixture of element that, you know, that a lot of people maybe not be ready to see yet, or there's only a selective that meant to see that at that time, to be able to help you recognize that, like, baby, you stay hidden for a purpose, you know, and be those different things. And that's the beautiful thing when you say that, like, hey, you were hidden for a reason, you know, understand that. And there'll be a different time where you're going to understand what was, you know, what ain't being said should be understood. And those are the different things that bring you upon that element of beauty, of where it was confusing, or was it an enigma, or is this conundrum. You were supposed to be something like that. With that, you know, you were the Riddler. You were the hidden Riddler. You were a whole riddle. I'm like, man, I gotta, you know what? Hold up, y'all. I gotta write it down. You know, and I don't even like riddles, but it'll be those things. You know, where you have that big question mark over your head, like, who is that person? What is that about them that is just so intoxicating? And matter of fact, that's what it reminded me of when I was watching True Blood last night, and it was just like, where I'm not gonna say who it was, because if you haven't watched the show, when I tell you it's funny, it's funny, but it brings boldness, because it talks about a lot of different things that's in there. But when there was something about a certain character that was in that was very intoxicating, very alluring, and it was just like, when you taste her, you know, it was like, well, them, you know, it was going. It was like, wow, what are you? What is that about you that I'm really trying to understand? And then it'll be, that's what you are. You know, you could be everything, and it'll be just like, what is it about me that I constantly keep bringing drama towards my life, even when I'm not in drama? You know, it'll be just different things where I had to tell people. My mom was like, every time I turn around, you're in something. And it'll be sometimes it'll be my mouth. You know, I ain't even gonna lie, because I'll be like, it was like, Dad, you know, got into another fight. Well, I told him this and this and that. Oh, I told him this and this and this and that. And it'll be, you know, stuff like that. And it'll be those different situations that will take that fact of just understanding, like, dang, you know, you bring something that can really rattle some energies. You can bring something, the baddest out of the bad out of people. But then there'll be different times where you bring the beautiful good out of some people too. We all hold that mirror of hope. You know, I always tell people that, you know, the mirror of hope, we're all holding mirrors, because there'll be different things that, you know, you can connect with somebody, and then all of a sudden, you know, there's tears of joy that comes out within that person, and just be like, yo, you done helped me see a power in me I never knew I had. It was hidden from me. People, put doubt on me. They tried to say the most negative things about me, and it made me really believe that. But once I connected with you in that way, you showed me something within myself I wasn't recognized, and that person was meant to be in your life. Well, even everybody meant to be in your life. Anytime it comes to initial contact, that person is teaching you something. That person is teaching you something. And it'll be just like, I used to hold doubt. I used to have people tell me I didn't matter. I didn't hold purpose. I'm not needed here. Why are you here? You're a waste of space. Something that was always so low balling towards you. And there'll be that person that's just like, oh my God, you still seen kindness out into the world when you never experienced that in life. Or you show so much beautiful love and care and nurturing towards people when you were neglected of that way. You support people when your power of what you hold, people didn't want to support you like that because they were scared of what you become. And and it'll be just like that. And when you hear those different things like that, you be telling people, man, you're very intimidating. You're like, what do you mean? And you could be like the wimpy kid. It'll be like, you're very intimidating because there'll be just so many different things there'll be some people that set traps for you, and there's some kind of crazy way you have pulled out of that every single time. Remind me of the song by Luck called Higher, and she's like, they always put her in the grave in some kind of way. She pulled it out. She had a bulletproof rendezvous, where she embodying something that, that's very alien, like very, very foreign. And just because of that, people fear what they don't understand. They fear what is intimidating to them. You're like that. You're like a fix. You're like a fix. I had to be able to make sure, hey, you got to be very selective about the words you use. You're a fix to a lot of people, and it's very intoxicating. And it can be a bad effect or a good effect. You are a side effect. In some kind of way, you're a side effect. And, and it can really bring out the good and bad in people. And those are the different things. And there'll be sometimes where you can be, that person is very, very nurturing, and it'll be different times where I've even been that way, where somebody, I'm like, what kind of intentions you got? Why are you here? Because it'll be those different times where there'll be a lot of people in my life where, there's still people in my life that are here with me. And those are my rides. Those are my ride or dies, and I appreciate y'all. And they never changed up on me. But it'll be different times where people personally came in, because word of mouth, and you personally came in just to see where you can break me at. And it'll be like, wow. Or there was something about me where where somebody placed comparison or competition towards me, and I'm like, neither of those. I do that towards myself. I don't compete against no one. I don't compare myself towards no one. That's a stress thing. I do not want to be a hater with a heart condition, because hater and heart has the same letters in it, and I ain't trying to mix that mess up when it comes to me. But there'll be different times where you could be the most truest person that people prayed for, like you were on their prayer board. And then when they finally get it, because they were so used to people taking advantage of them, so many people that had hidden intentions, they had interior motives just to be able to break that person because they seen something so beautiful, they automatically placed you in that category. And they use that to you to walk away. But it'll be those different things where you have to understand you trigger something within them they weren't able to connect with before, and that's something that they didn't like. That's not something that they were like, and they may not have been ready for it at that point, but it came to a time where they're going to connect with it when they're ready. But to where they can say, face that, they're going to place this on you. You're toxic, you're this, you're that, you're this. And I just can't deal with that. And then like, whoa, where did this come from? Because, we were both going through stuff at the same time, but we were being each other's nurturer. We were bringing each other up like, man, yes, I went through that. And then it'll be that point when we get out of our feelings. It's like, I'm glad we had that discussion. Because it showed us where we gave our power away. It gave, where we have to understand everybody got their path. We can protect and provide all day, but we have to understand that everybody's here to make their mark in life. Everybody's writing their own story, on their journey, and only God got, control over those narratives, control over those vibes or whatever, those experiences of that we don't. So there'll be just different times where it shows you, hey, the expiration done came in. And there'll be a lot of times where, history can come repeat itself for that. But those are the different things. It's like I'm grateful for me being able to see in that. I'm grateful for me to be able to understand the truth of those different things. And being able to learn the lessons that was taught to me towards that. But being able to understand there will be different people that are just going to grow and grow differently with you. Like, man, these are the people I'm supposed to grow with. And these are the people that help me grow. And those are the different things that take place. So I hope you are able to really resonate with the content of this video. Love to give a post notification shout out to Nancy Rosalise. I don't know how you pronounce that, but I apologize if I butchered your name. And who else? Jeremy Hodge, much love to you as well. And the Dragon Queen, much love as well. Thank you so much for stopping by, all of you. Even Brian Dodgery, all the way from Scotland, much love to you as well. To my people from overseas, thank you so much for the love that y'all constantly give me. Is so appreciated, even with my people here. So don't think I'm not appreciating that either. So thank you so much for the love and support. It is truly, truly appreciated. So much love. I'm trying to cut these videos down to a minimum of 20 minutes and already 1 minute over. So you'll see me on my next video. Much love. Peace.